be a part of the show. All right. Well, hey, everybody. We're getting ready for the BOGP Open Line tonight. And we might have to do it a little different. It might be a little fun, though. So hang out with us. We're going to start here in just a couple of minutes. So get a soda or whatever you want.
We rearranged this room because we're going to have a visitor this week.
Who's that?
So like we put up some more artwork. So we got like the 50th
pinata or something. Is that back there? Is that pinata?
Yeah, that's a pinata. That's from Cinco de Mayo. It's still hanging around.
Check out my shirt. The shirt is from a long closed Mexican restaurant in St. Louis called Casa Gallardo.
Okay.
It's where we would go in high school, like after homecoming and stuff. But Pam was a waitress there, like in college.
Okay, cool. So,
Casa Gallardo was so good. They had the Ramon's platter. Oh, so good. It was kind of like
Ramon's
platter. Ramon. But yeah, we saw this at like we're at the main like on St. Charles, like
yeah.
Historic St. Charles, like a couple years ago. And there was just a store that sold like shirts, just like St. Louis stuff. Mm-hmm. And we saw this shirt. I'm like, oh, Pam, you used to work there. Like, we got to get the shirt.
That's sweet.
And it's just been hanging in the closet forever. So I'm like, I don't want to wear that. So
I should go get an old ACO hardware.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need. I think ACO is just a Michigan thing, to be honest. So no one knows what ACO is. I got marked down in a paper once for that because Ace Hardware is well known, and like the professor thought I like did a grammar error and put an O instead of an E at the end of it. Like I'm dead for real. I got marked down. Like, dude, I've worked at ACO Hardware. What are you talking about?
Speaking of Ace, is it Ace? Mark Yerkes. He works for Ace, right?
Yeah, Mark does. Yeah.
So now I'm second guessing. I know he didn't work for the big ones. He's like not.
Yeah, he works for
Ace.
Yeah.
He sent me the coolest book this weekend, which I'm going to start reading, I think, tonight. It's about this Bat Boy's journey. And it's like a vintage book. I just got it yesterday after, like last night. I got it off the front porch. Nice. And it's from 1970. So it's older than me. It's like I opened it up and it smells like an old library. It's like, I was like, nostalgia. It's so cool. So I can't wait to read it. Let's see. So Brooke is here. I think we might have to.
Brooke is like my all-time favorite person right now.
Me too. I think I've been showing that logo to everybody. Yeah. Like people don't even know what's going on.
I know. I feel like we need to discuss when we're going to share, like in the Facebook group and stuff too.
I think we might debut it tonight, like screen share it.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have it on this computer though. I don't think
I have it open.
Okay. Yeah, you could if you because I have it on my laptop and I'm not on my laptop. I'm on the PC.
I have like the white background one.
Well, Rhonda Lee's got a question for you real quick before we start the show.
Does she?
About the Detroit half.
Detroit half, like my favorite non-Walt Disney World race. Dude, I have that weird delay happening again. Is Detroit International half course relatively flat? Okay, yeah. Okay, because going up that bridge is not flat by any means. So yeah. I want to say there's one other spot. Yeah, there definitely is one other spot. It's like right after you leave like Mexican Town, there is a pretty good hill. I think that's like a mile 9-ish or so. Actually it might be it's more like 10 or 11. There's another hill that's not as bad as going up the Ambassador Bridge, but still pretty bad. But outside of that, it's pretty flat.
I also gotta say, did you say Mexican Town?
Mexican Town?
Casa Gallardo.
Dude, they're wild in Mexican Town. Like everyone's got like beer tables set up, you know, all the residents that live in there. Yeah, it's awesome.
Chicago Marathon was like that, dude. People handing out tequila shots. I'm like,
yeah,
I am so dehydrated, and it's like mile 12. It was like mile 19 or 20. Yeah. I'm like, I will not make it to the finish line. No.
So Rhonda, I think I shared this on the Lizards. So like I made this big post about because I turned 40 the next day. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna do my 40th birthday celebration at the Detroit International half, blah, 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 blah. Like, got everyone like psyched up. And then like the next day, my wife's like, yeah, I've been planning an Alani trip for your 40th birthday. You should probably edit that message.
And I was going to run that one with you.
Yeah.
I was going to get
I know. Like Neil was going to run it too. I was like, him and I like registered that day because I was like so psyched. Like, yeah, let's do it. Like now we have to pay like $25 deferrals. But hey, at least we can still run it again the next year.
Yeah, we'll do it for 41 and 51. So
yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, I'm gonna do it. I mean, I registered me and Emily, so we'll do it next year. but
There we go.
not this year. I
The
thought
Chicago Marathon is crazy. Okay, so yeah, okay, here's the deal though. For tonight, the phone I was testing the phone lines, that's why we're a little bit late. I think we're having issues with either one way, like you're hearing us or us hearing you. We'll give it a shot. So give us a call because we want to talk about all the news of the week. If it doesn't work, we'll use video as a backup. Like we'll add you as a third person. So the way that would work for those people that are in here is I'll put a link in the chat. You use that link, you'll come in and like basically it's like Zoom. You'll be in like a waiting room. And then when the time's right, I'll add you to the call. You'll be like just like the third host here. Ask your question, join the convo, and then we'll drop you out and kind of swap people in and out just for tonight. To look at the phones. Cause I'd rather use phones than video just because I'm old school like that. But that's if we can't get it working, that's what we'll do. So
old school like that. My company is like eliminating phones. We're like a company of like 4,000 people, and we're like have a project to eliminate phones.
no, dude, I'm like AM radio guy. Like I love AM radio. Let's see here. We have any news this week? I'm just kidding. Okay, let's do this. Here we go.
I've been watching golf, so I might not even know some of the news. So
you know some of the news we're going to talk about. Come on now. Here we go.
I don't stay in tune.
I mean, it happened today, but I mean, the Starkers are come on.
I've been watching. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I know. If there's other news, I don't.
There's not much, really. I mean, there's some. Here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, not June. It is May 21st, 2023. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com. And, of course, one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel, where things are going to pick up in about 10 days. It's going to get a little crazy for a few, but, hey, that's why we're here. And we're here to take your calls over the next hour at 407-413-9395. God willing, the phone lines were acting up pre-show. We'll make it happen one way or another, so stand by if the phones do not cooperate. We have a backup plan because we have lots to talk about, and that's what this next hour is all about. And speaking about all about, it's all about my good buddy up in the Mitten, where he's headed up to northern Michigan for the holiday weekend next weekend, Mackinac Island. I hear he's bringing me back some fudge. Your friend and mine, Scotty G. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Mike, happy to be here. For a second, though, I thought that trip had already been and gone when you said Happy June. You know, I was really confused that Memorial Day already passed.
I know, dude. Trust me, I don't know what time it is.
I know the days are long, but the weeks and months go by fast. And I was like, holy cow, May was a quick month when you said that. But
I don't even know what it is.
But yeah, happy for some Memorial Day Mackinac Island vacation. Going to go to the UP. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. And there will definitely be lots of fudge. And I'll make sure to get some your way. If not, I'll just have some shipped because there's a lot of debate on what is the best fudge. Like, you got to come out here sometime, Mike. Like, because Michigan is a beautiful state. But when you're in northern Michigan, especially Mackinac area, I mean, there's like fudge shops everywhere, you know, and they all relatively taste the same. But everyone has their favorite, right? Mine is Joann's. I will argue to whoever that Joann's is the best fudge shop. So that's what I'm going to send you when we're up there this weekend.
Sounds good. I mean, we're big fudge people here, and especially my wife. She loves fudge. I mean, she's a fudge freak because thing is, our local Six Flags, where we all kind of grew up here in St. Louis, as soon as you go in, that's like the treat you get at our Six Flags. There's a fudge place where you watch them make it like in a big vat, and you would get it like on the way home. You take it home with you, but you'd get a little sample on the way in. But yeah, that's what I've heard, that it's awesome up there. In the last couple of days, we've had kind of a break from the heat here. We've had kind of it's been beautiful. The humidity's been gone with like a northern wind. And that when I saw your post, I was thinking this has to be what it feels like up in northern Michigan, right? I mean, no humidity, cool breeze, but bright sun. Like it was total the warmth of the sun, but not the intense heat. I was like, this is great.
It's amazing. Like I love going this time of year. Because it'll be a little warm where I live next weekend, but it's going to be like 15 degrees cooler up north. So it's going to be perfect. Like you still might want a sweatshirt during the day, which is awesome. I'm totally fine with that. But I was going to say something about, so when you go to Mackinac Island, Mike, I think I've said this before, though, there's two distinct smells, fudge and horses. It's quite the combination, but it's outside of like Walt Disney World or like the Disney destinations. This is my favorite place. Like it's hard to explain, but like you definitely get like a Main Street, like Magic Kingdom vibe when you're there. There's no cars. It's just horses and bikes. It's just really old school. And I know you were like a man
would
of history. Like you would just love it. You
I
know,
would
you really
because I
would.
fell in love with Silver Dollar City last year, like because it was just like so old fashioned,
Yeah.
just I loved it. Old
I'm
time.
sure I'll have an old fashioned while we're living the old fashioned life.
Dude, I still have a headache from last night because I made my own, but I think I made it too strong.
Oof.
It's offering. Yeah, it's still because I'm still learning how to make them. I think it was only my 5th one I've had in my life, and I didn't make that one just right, and I was paying for it all day. Anyway, so let's talk Disney news. Biggest news of the week is that now at Disneyland, you can modify your theme park reservations without canceling and rebooking. You can just change them, right? Biggest news of the week. How exciting is that? No, just kidding. It's not.
I mean, that sounds pretty awesome news to me, though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's.
yeah.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Some minor news. Galactic Star Cruiser going out of business, turning into a Spirit Halloween store right in time for this Halloween season. No, actually, it is going out of, it is closing forever at the end of September. Can't say that I didn't see this one. Well, here's the thing. I mean, let me ask you. I'm curious, just your thoughts in general before I give my thoughts. You heard the news. What did you think? I mean, did you see this coming or not?
I didn't really see it coming, Mike. It did kind of take me back a little bit. I mean, I know I wasn't going to pay the money for it. I know you weren't going to pay the money for that. So it was obviously like priced pretty like out of our range at least. But people loved it. The people that went on it loved it, right? So I thought maybe they would possibly discount it. And they've been teasing some discounts, right? I think for like DVC members and maybe even AP. You would know better than me. But even though I don't think that was well enough, and Disney hates to discount their product, so it really did surprise me. I thought they would go the discounted route instead of just closing it all together.
That's the thing is they were discounting, right? Because they did DVC, they did AP, they did cast members, and they discounted it pretty significantly. But the first thing we kind of started to see was that they said, okay, we're going to limit the amount of cruises that we're doing this summer, right? We're only going to do it maybe 4 times a week. And I was like, oh, that's trouble because that means they're not sold out. But it makes fiscal sense. Maybe it's not selling as hot as it was, but they, to completely pull the plug on the thing that quickly. Because I thought what they might want to do is make like a new, but again, this would have been very expensive. And I think sometimes the smart thing to do is to cut your losses rather than to keep just making it a money pit, right? Because sometimes you just keep dumping money into a bad proposition. Now, people that liked it, loved it. Like Pam did it twice and she said it was amazing. But for me, and I think the same is true for you, for the amount of money you're going to spend. And again, people spend their money different ways. I mean, some people buy fancy cars. I don't, and it's just, it's not right or wrong. It's about what you enjoy. I'm just not like a person who goes to like cons, conventions and dress up like Chewbacca. Some people love that stuff and more power to you. That's awesome. I eat Taco Bell 3 times a week. People are like, that's suicide. But I mean, I'm an idiot. I do that. I mean, we all have our different things, but here's the thing. I thought maybe they would go with like a second show or a second, I don't know what you would call it. Like, experience, right? Because once you go through the first one, because the thing was, I don't think I think the subset of people that were really into this are the people that go to cons and the people that love this kind of character interaction, this kind of cosplay. But I mean, still, I would think that there would be enough people to keep this sustained at least for like 10 years.
I mean, I don't know though, because
it's so small. There's only 100 rooms.
I mean, it was small, but like I was talking about it with Elizabeth over the weekend, and it's just like for that type of money, like maybe I'm just different though. I want like a luxury experience. I don't want to sleep in a bunk bed for spending that kind of money and then not being able to relax, to be running it around and doing all these like virtual reality things and like playing this game or whatever. Like if I'm going to spend that kind of money for like a vacation, I want a jacuzzi in my room. I want like to be like waited on like crazy, like kind of like a cruise line experience really. And I think that's what they missed. I think they thought they were going to have a crazy amount of people interested because of Star Wars has this huge following, but they totally missed the price point, I think, on it, Mike, and it shows.
That's the thing though. I mean, you're right. The price point was absolutely the top factor that killed it. But I mean, the thing you got to decide, right? Here's the thing. Do you go all in on authenticity because the bunk bed experience is what made it look like you were on some kind of like a star cruiser in space, right? Because they did look cool. I mean, I never went on it, but Pam talked about it and she took videos and stuff when she was on a couple times. And I mean, it looked like, I mean, I don't know. It's a movie, right? I mean, it didn't really exist in real life. I mean, we're trying to say, like, does it look like it's real? None of this is real. I mean, who knows? But it looked like you were on, like, some Imperial Storm Star Cruiser or something, but I mean, you couldn't make it luxurious, could you? I mean, does Darth Vader have a cool suite, that is super luxurious, or Kylo Ren? I don't know. But you're right. I mean, for the money I'm going to spend, if I'm going to drop, what was like $5,000 easily, $6,000, dude, I'm doing a 7-night cruise on the Fantasy, and I'm going to sit at a Caribbean island. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. That's just me, though. And I think most people would do that. Not everybody, but most people. But they did. The whole thing that gets me, though, is they only had 100 rooms. They didn't have to get most people. They just had to get a small minority of people, and they still couldn't sustain. That shocks me.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think I mean, I don't know what else to say. I just think their marketing, or like they just missed on their calculation, like for their ROI. They probably thought like Star Wars, awesome virtual experience, which is great. Like it is great, but I just don't think right after the pandemic and all that, people were wanting to spend that kind of money on that experience. I mean, it's unfortunate that those that did it like absolutely loved it. They thought they had a great experience. I just wish more of us were able to do it at a better price point is all. So I'm bummed that it closed, because I hate to see anything close. Like it wasn't, like we say this a lot, Mike, like an experience might not be for us, but I'm glad it's for other people for them to enjoy. And I'm just bummed for those that have been saving and didn't get the chance to do it, because now they're like filling up, right, Mike? Like I saw like those that are booked past that cancellation day have first bid, and like they booked up like the last cruise is sold now, and like others are going to fill in too. So they're probably going to be a lot of sold out excursions now, and that's too bad, because I mean it's just weird. It's just crazy to me.
Well, the last one will be full of like bloggers and vloggers
for sure.
That's what everybody wants, but the thing is, it's gonna kind of, though, because it's gonna be a little bit difficult, because I think they immediately stopped new bookings, and those are going to have to be folks that were already booked that are moving their dates from past when it's going to close back to that last sailing.
So those are going to really fill those up. It's kind of what I was trying to say, because that's months of bookings that are going to be crammed into that small window now.
Yeah. Okay, let's try to take this call. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. All right, we have a caller on the line. Hey, who's joining us? Caller, can you hear us?
Can't hear you.
Cannot hear us. Okay. So we will.
I hear like a kid in the background there. That sounds cute, but.
All right, we'll pull that one down. All right, so we will do a different way to take calls tonight. We can do this. So let me.
Johnny on the spot.
We got two ways to do this here. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let me do this. Oh. So there we try it one more time. Let me try it one more time.
Wrong button.
Because I do not know why that is not working. Hey, caller, can you hear us? They cannot.
Sounds like the same caller.
Yeah, it was the same caller. All right, so we are going to do this. So if you would like to join us, what we are going to do here, and we're going to do this on the fly and against my better judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Spit out your soda.
You don't know what you're opening yourself into.
I have control of everything, I think. So I've put the link in the chat in all of our locations. So if you want to join us, click on the link and it will put you in the waiting room and we'll add you to the conversation here. But Nicola says, and she's down in Australia of all places, and she says she loved Galactic Star Cruiser, save for 3 years to be able to go on it. It was her post-COVID life goal. Thought it would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and now it really is. She says, #no regrets.
That's
awesome.
That's
exactly the story I want to hear. Like it's what she wanted to do. She saved up. She did it. No regrets. And that makes me happy. She got to have the experience she wanted to have. There you go. Because like I would love to do a fantasy baseball camp someday. Those things cost like $5,000. And some people are like, you want to dress up and play against like old washed up baseball players? Yes. It's so dumb to 99% of the population. I don't care. That's my thing.
Yeah.
All of our things.
I've heard you say that one quite a bit, actually. So you must really want to do that.
I do. I mean, because like when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a ball player. So I don't know. That's just one of the things that I've thought about. I mean, I think that's the thing is it, I don't know. Maybe I spend too much time reading Twitter. Like I don't jump in on all the conversations because everybody seems like they always have to like give their take on things, and that just drives me nuts. That like everybody has to come in and say like they're right, and the other person's wrong because they don't see it this way. I like to read it, but it gets me, it just bothers me because like you can have your thing and it doesn't have to be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Too many people I have seen are getting excited that the Galactic Star Cruiser is closing, like getting pleasure out of that. And I'm not getting any pleasure out of that because there's people that work there and there's people that spent probably years and years designing that. And I mean, it looked, I mean, they did a good job on it for the most part. Like they put a lot of love into that place. And I mean, I'm sorry. I just would never give pleasure in something failing. And maybe it was an experiment. Maybe it'll come around again in 5 years in a different form. I mean, that's Disney.
Let me ask you this, because there's a lot of conversation, right, about, well, what happens to that space now, right? Does it become a part of Galaxy's Edge? I don't think it does, because I don't think it fits. And I think and I don't know where it's located compared to like the rest of the land, but I think it'd be a hike to get up there, right? And I just don't think it like will work personally.
They're going to throw you in the old cargo van. Oh, we have some people coming in. All right, here we go. This one I know we can trust, even though he's a Husker. We're going to throw him in. And he's driving. Trying to get a car. He's rolling. Hope he's not rolling dirty. We have Wade from Nebraska. What's up, Wade? This is awesome.
Hey guys, I had to try this out for you. I'm on the way to a dinner. I thought, okay, I'm going to try and see if this works. Being very safe here, eyes on the road.
Looks like a nice blue sky day there in Nebraska.
That's a great shirt.
Thank you. Yeah, Bad Birdie shirt. Plug for them there, but golf shirt. Scott will appreciate it. It's a beautiful day. It's about 80 degrees. I'd say this weekend's been about the most beautiful weekend of 2023. So I heard you saying, Mike, low humidity. We have low humidity. It's like a San Diego weekend.
Yeah, it's bottle this one because they'll be gone here shortly for a while.
Exactly. So, hey, the Star Cruiser is very interesting. Again, as you said, saw it coming, right?
Yeah.
$6,000. You can go on the Wish, or you can get a Verbo on the beach in Hawaii for 10 days for $6,000. And, I think it's folks want to spend their money on different things. I get that. I'm the same way, but that's a lot for a 2-night in a hotel with no pool. And you obviously have to buy into the story. And we're huge Star Wars fans. It's just, I couldn't swing it, because the rest of it was, the other part was, I want to go to Hawaii for a week or so, or somewhere else. So, but I kind of think they could salvage this, to be honest with you. And my thought was, and I've heard some others say it too, is, have 12-hour tours, day tours, have a couple one-night tours, and have a 2-night tour. Cruise ships do it. Cruise ships aren't all 7 nights, 3 nights, or 4 nights. They have different itineraries. Why not? But I don't know if they can afford it.
You know what? Because Star Wars think about like Savi's workshop. People pay $200 to make a lightsaber because it's going to be like that one thing people splurge when they go to Walt Disney World. So give them the 1-day experience, or like you said, like an 8-hour experience. It's almost like when they take the old cruise ships out of Port Canaveral, they turn them into gambling boats. They take them for the day out in international waters. Everybody gambles for like 5 hours, bring them back in. Everybody gets a little taste. You're not on a cruise, but you're out on the ocean, eat some food, you gamble, you come back in.
Exactly.
Have a dinner in there, get to walk around, see the place, a little show, and boom. And sell a bunch of merch while you're out there,
Yeah, the tour concept is interesting because Walt Disney World does a lot of tours already, right? That could be like 4 to 8 hour long tours. So maybe you throw in a fast pass to one of the attractions, and then you do this tour. You have the dinner in there and a show. Like, I don't know. That could be done. I like it.
You don't have to use housekeeping because you don't have overnight guests. And if you do that three days a week, and then you do a couple one night, for check in at 9 a.m., check out at 9 p.m. the following day, and then maybe have the traditional 2-night tour If you can reduce the price, it certainly would help. I don't see them turning it into just a moderate hotel because, again, it doesn't have a window in your room. I guess you've got a window staring out into space, but a come and go hotel where you're going to the parks or doing whatever, it seems a bit odd in that configuration. But who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe they'll sell it as, come stay in space for a night or two, and there'll be some type of modified storyline. It just seems weird that you'd be staying at the Star Wars Hotel and you're going to head off to the Magic Kingdom for the day, right?
That is weird. But I mean, they should give access, because I think people would clamor for brief access at an affordable but still profitable rate where they could make money. Because those lightsabers they're selling for $200. They're making I'm sure there's a huge profit margin on those things. They could turn this around. It's just going to be more long term. It's not going to be the $6,000 per couple or whatever it is.
Right. And I mean, look, people are buying theme park tickets. Family of four spending easy $500 a day to get into the theme park. Of course, depending on how long they're staying, but you walk up and buy a ticket, you're spending a lot of money. So would somebody spend that much money to go spend a day at, the Star Cruiser experience, if you will?
Yeah,
it could be possible. I don't see Disney just abandoning it. Someone said, well, they abandoned, when they were building Pop Century, and it eventually became Art of Animation. That was different, though. That was a hotel. This is fully tricked out on the inside.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a property that's so popular. Like, you have it, you want to utilize it in some source, some way.
I got to believe Boardroom somewhere. It'll be like one of the shows coming back, a nighttime spectacular coming back. They'll sell merch, it's going away, and then 6 months later it's coming back.
Exactly.
Maybe it'll be cast member housing. Wait, right? For those college program kids.
Hey, I'm sure they would love it. Although I'll tell you what, Flamingo Crossing, they've got it pretty sweet over there too, and they have pools and and weight rooms and fire pits and all that stuff. So, but who knows? I hope they figure it out. I mean, again, like you said, I never planned on doing it because I choose to spend my money in other ways, and part of that is going to Walt Disney World, but that's a lot. That's just a lot. So I hope they figure it out, because it's good for Disney. It's good for the brand. It's good for everything they do to get it figured out.
I agree. That's well said. Yeah. I mean, it's there. Like it's almost, it wouldn't take that much just to modify it. Like, they're already so close, even though this didn't succeed maybe as a hotel experience, it, like you said, is a one night shorter day experience. I mean, the infrastructure's there. Like, there's so many other things they've built from ground up. Just just modify and
right. God, Mike, the hotel rates, the rates people pay at these hotels. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're crazy. They're crazy. Really, they're expensive. You're paying for the experience. You're paying for being at Walt Disney World. You're paying for being at the Grand Floridian or the Contemporary. You're paying for that access to the Magic Kingdom. So I think people would pay if it were modified somewhat. It'll be interesting. It will be interesting, that's for sure.
They say if you build it, they will come, but apparently it didn't work. It must not have been Iowa, so it was Florida. But maybe next time.
They needed James Earl Jones to do the advertising there.
But he was Darth Vader. I mean, come on now.
That's true. That's true.
You said that, and I was like, well, they kind of got that, but
yeah, they kind of did. Yeah.
What's going on? It was him.
Although I think his voice may be like AI now in the latest iteration of Darth Vader, but
maybe they just needed Darth Vader to come out there. We built it. Now you should come.
Exactly. Too funny.
Well, hey, we appreciate you calling in, Wade, and you have a safe rest of your ride and a good night, man.
Have a good dinner.
That's great, guys. Okay, thanks. Take care.
We'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
All right. Hey, that worked pretty well. We got another person here, Justin from Kentucky, and his camera's been all over the place.
It's been all over. I got like dizzy watching.
Dizzy watching in the waiting room. So I hope he stays good.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, good. It was like the teacups and.
Well, it was just kind of turning off lights and stuff like that in my place.
And the buckets that spin.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I'm gonna throw up. What's going
Sorry,
on?
guys.
No, hey,
Well, I'm not much. This is my first time calling in. Been listening to you guys for about a year. My wife and I are kind of Disney newbies. We took our first trip for the both of us since like 1996, back in November. We wanted to do the Star Cruiser. We talked to our travel advisor to give us the price point as soon as it became available. She did, and as a lifelong fan of 40 years of Star Wars, I said no. Even though my wife was like, yeah, we can do it. Like, no, like I had trouble justifying the lightsaber purchase when we first went to Galaxy's Edge, and that was a very cool experience. I think that, and I mean, the last guy may have said this already. I think that turning it into maybe a deluxe hotel, and for $1,000 a night or so, would be one way to go. Some people were talking about turning it into like an Avengers campus kind of thing, and I just don't see them changing over the whole theme of it that quickly. I think that it'll stay a Star Wars hotel at a deluxe price point.
That's funny though. You mentioned when you said $1,000 a night for a deluxe hotel experience. The thing is, that would be a major price cut.
Yeah, and
think about that. You said $1,000 a night would be like over a 50% price cut.
Yeah, and I mean, I just kind of pulled that number out of thin air because on our first trip down in November of 2022 for our honeymoon, we stayed at the boardwalk, and it was hovering around that price per night when we stayed down there. So I don't know if that's the going rate for, let's say, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, or if that's one of something more along the lines of Beach Club or Yacht Club. But if it was something, let's say $1,000 a night or under, and you could still travel to Galaxy's Edge and whatever transport they were using to shuttle people from the hotel to Galaxy's Edge and back, I'd pay that in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
It's interesting.
But I could not justify that $5,000, for 3 nights, as big a fan as I am.
No, and I think that's the problem, right? It's just really hard to come up with that kind of money for that brief of an experience. Because it's so quick. I mean, people loved it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody got back and said that they didn't enjoy the experience.
Right. But
a lot of people said it was worth it, but it's just hard to find that kind of money for an experience like that.
Yeah, and the other thing is that I don't think it was marketed very well at all. From the coverage from you guys and from other people that I saw, calling it just a hotel was doing it a disservice. And that's what I heard everyone calling it before the first quote unquote sailings were happening. It was more like a theater in the round RPG live action role playing for a few days. And, for us Star Wars nerds, that's basically what I've been wanting since I was 5. So,
man, I mean, if you're into that stuff, that was the jam, right? I mean, you
wear a
costume, like you're sneaking around trying to do your missions. Like, I mean, where else are you going to get that? Nowhere.
Right. But I will be watching it with great interest, because as soon as they say what this will be modified into, I'm back in the game.
Hey,
it's just, I could not justify that.
This could be a win for the regular Star Wars fan in the long run, right? Because
absolutely,
it was inattainable for many folks, and maybe the next generation will be a shorter, modified experience that more of us can reach.
Absolutely, or even just one where you can come and go. There's no limit on the amount of times you can be there. You can be there 1 day or 5 days, and maybe some modified experiences around there. Maybe the dinner show with Gaia. Maybe that's an extra added on charge to your, deluxe package, whatever. So I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, because like I said, we're pretty much newbies into this, but Well, thank you.
That's because they do
Thank
that down here because you're in Kentucky, but in Missouri, down in Branson, where they have all the
Mhm.
theme parks and the dinner shows and stuff, you
Yeah.
can get a ticket. So one of the things you can do is get a ticket to Silver Dollar City, but they also sell an add-on to this thing called the Branson Bell, which is a boat that goes out on the Lake of the Ozark. And it's a
Okay.
dinner show. So it's kind of the same thing, right? You can buy your ticket to the theme park,
Yeah.
and then that next night you can go out and ride on this riverboat. And they,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Hoop-de-Doo review, right? You get dinner, it's
Mhm.
like, chicken and potatoes and strawberry shortcake and stuff. And they have, the
Yeah.
old ragtime singers and stuff. But I mean, it's an add-on. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're making a
Yeah.
lot of sense that this could be like something that it could be more like mass marketed rather than this ultra exclusive experience.
Right. And I think that, calling it just a hotel and it just not being marketed correctly, I think, in addition to the price point, killed it. And to Bob Iger's credit, he had to make some hard choices, and this was the hardest. It's going to cost them extra money to shut everything down, just like it did Harmonious.
Yeah,
And just like any other sort of not failed project, but you learn and they'll grow from this experience. Call it a failure or not, they'll learn something from it, and the next iteration will be better.
I agree with that. All right, well, hey, we got another person trying to get in here, but Justin, great points. We appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me on. Appreciate
Good
it.
week, Justin. Thank you for the call. It's great to
Thanks.
talk to you.
Bye bye.
All right,
You
bye.
too. Bye bye.
That was great. Great points though to make it more.
Yeah, those are
for
good.
like everybody. Good stuff. All right, we got Alexa here, and Alexa looks like she's out. I
She's
like
out
this.
on a walk.
What
This
we're
is kind of
doing.
funny. Like,
This is wild. We're the only ones like sitting here being boring. Alexa, what's going on? Thanks for joining us.
How are you guys?
Good. Oh, dang it. Now my thing's going off in the office. I said the word.
Yeah, we're not allowed to have one at our house because that always seems to be the case.
I could imagine. Hang on. Stop. Sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, it looks like you're out for a little walk.
Yeah, so I have a 1-year-old and he's usually my running buddy. We did 6 miles this morning and he was getting a little antsy, so we're out for a little stroll tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. Again, everybody's having nice weather, it looks like today.
Yeah, we're in Chicago, so we're lucky. For once it's nice.
Very nice. That's where my daughter is. She's got a bike, so she's probably out riding her bike. Very cool.
So anyways, I was calling about the whole Galactic Star Cruiser. And I read something on one of the Facebook groups I'm in that one theory is that they could turn it into part of like a theme park expansion and do something sort of like Universal does, where you can, like with the Hogwarts Express. What are your guys' thoughts on something like that? Is that totally off the wall, or?
Let me throw that over to Scotty G because I took the last one. What do you think?
I mean, I think it is possible, right? And I mean, I'm reading the same thing too, Alexa, that could be an option. I just don't know how that's going to work very well. Cause like, I just don't know, like, I guess if you did like a train, like a Hogwarts Express thing, it might work better. Cause I just don't know like how far Galaxy's Edge, like the back of it is to the hotel, but I guess it has to be relatively close, right? Cause there was excursions that went out of there, right?
Right.
It is. I've looked. It's actually really close.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's really close. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I mean, I get why.
Oh no, we may have lost her.
Oh no, she'll come back. She's just out walking. She's probably in a dead spot. Uh-oh.
And then now,
hang on, we lost you just for a second there. You hit a dead spot.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So we're headed down on Thursday, and we're staying at the Riviera for less than what it would cost to do a weekend or one excursion on the Galactic Star Cruiser. So I'm not surprised that they're closing it. I just hope that they can find a creative use for it that everybody can benefit from.
So if it were up to you, and because I mean, I've heard a lot, and this is crazy, but I've heard a lot of people talk about turning it into a Muppets experience. I mean, and I don't know if they're joking, but I mean, there's a lot of people that like the Muppets, like for some kind of total, and maybe it's because that Electric Mayhem show just came out on Disney Plus, which I do like the Muppets, and I'm not a big TV watcher, like I watch sports, but I do like the Muppets. They're kind of funny. So I do want to check that out. But I don't know, like, what do you do? I like what our buddy from Kentucky just added, Justin. I mean, make it a just and Wade too, just something you can drop in and out of, maybe go see a dinner show, maybe just a one night thing. I mean, what would you do with it if they asked you?
I mean, there's so many people that want to just see inside of it because it's kind of like this elusive, you can't go unless you have a reservation. And we've all heard about how immersive and attention to detail it is. So, maybe they do open it up to a one night or even turn it into an extension of the Star Wars area that you can, it's part of Galaxy's Edge, because I know so many people that are like, I would just want to walk through it, maybe go to dinner, try the blue shrimp, the things that normal people can't do because we don't want to pay to stay there. So
yeah, I mean,
that kind of goes in hand with the tour that Wade was talking about, which I'm all for, because there's so many tours at Walt Disney World. Then you could just turn this into some kind of like space Star Wars experience kind of tour thing, charged. I don't know. I don't want to throw $1 out there in case Disney listens, but but it'd be some kind of, it would be a hefty price, but like maybe includes a couple fast passes or Genie Pluses or whatever. Like, I think that could be good. I think that's a good compromise.
I totally agree. And I really believe the reason why Disney started charging for Genie Plus essentially is because all these bloggers out there were talking about, one day they're going to start charging for this. And look, they did. So maybe they just don't talk about charging for things.
Dang it. Don't throw us in that, because you know me, I've only bought Genie Plus once and it was at Disneyland. Well, twice now at Disneyland. So I'm
a sucker for it. I get sucked in every single time.
Well, I have to buy it this summer because Mallory's already like, well, we're buying Genie Plus, right? I'm like, well, I wasn't planning on it, but I guess we are now. So. Princess can't stand in lines.
Oh, we lost her.
She's gone. She's gone.
It was weird because your voice went robotic. Like, if you plan on like posting this for Thursday's feed, it's going to be awful. I feel like, because there's been so many like weird things happening. I don't know, but
it'll be an adventure for people listening.
You went very robotic there, though.
Well, I didn't even have to hit the button. Oh God! Now the dog's barking. Now she can hear me, I guess.
Everything's happening.
Everything's happening.
I was going to ask Alexa what she was going to do at the Riviera, like what her dining plans were, what their plans were.
Maybe she can give us a call back.
But then we lost her.
That is. And so Derek, who's sailing with us on the Be Our Guest podcast cruise, says $1,000 a night, second location to build a lightsaber, and you can come and go at your leisure. Have Star Wars cast members occasionally come for meet and greets. So much potential still. I agree with that. I mean, the thing is, there's so many things. It could be just an experimental bet at this point, because what do you got to lose? I mean, if the building after September is sitting there empty, try stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's exactly right. Open a second Savi's workshop, give it a different name, build more lightsabers, have a dinner show, because you already got the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You got the facilities. Experiment with it. Charge, how much is Hoop-de-Doo a person? Like $80? Charge $110 a plate. It would still sell out.
Yeah, I would. Absolutely would. And then you have like another bar that's open. The problem is, you just have to you'd have to limit how many you have, but that's for any restaurant, right? I mean, you just don't offer it to everyone. So could you imagine that though? Like being like the hottest item, right? For an ADR.
I mean, the thing is, like, if they, you take some creatives at Disney, and they have the team that put this together in the first place. You have them in the room. And you have other folks, and I would bring in people that were not even a part of that team, because I think you need some new, fresh ideas. Just get this wild team there, sit in there for a whole day, and just throw you've always heard the blue sky idea, what's going on there, and just be like, okay, look, we got this building. What are we going to do with it? Like, what's a wild idea? And God, by the end of the day, you could have so many cool things. Just like we've been talking for 15, 20, 30 minutes here. And I think we have some winners already.
A hot house. That's what we call it at my work, a hot house, where you just get all these people from different areas of the organization. They present a huge idea to like the vice presidents, and then boom, then you make it happen. I like it.
I like that idea. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. And Nicole, I'm sorry. The dog got in here. Sorry. And Nicolodon in Australia says they really could have done some super fun experiences with it too, like creating new storylines that happen in different timelines in the Star Wars universe. So they could have one set at a time of the original movies, prequel times, etc. Here, there is one thing that I did see mentioned on social media, which I think, this is me being old though, and I agreed with this, but I thought it was just because I'm old. The timeline that the Galactic Star Cruiser set in is funky to me, and the whole all of Galaxy's Edge, of course, is kind of in this like in between ambiguous timeline, which I get because it's, they want to have it for 20 years, right? And they don't know like how the Mandalorian's going to go, the next TV show, whatever. But if it would have been like Luke, Leia, Darth Vader, Han Solo, Lando, dude, that'd have been my jam. Like, and I know you're stuck in like a very specific time period at that point. But man,
who cares at that point? Yeah, that's what I think.
I would have loved it. Like, with just like the, episodes 4, 5, and 6. Give me like Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. That's all I would have needed. I mean, because those are the classics.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. That's just me. But somebody else, see, Katie says Muppets. Yes, bring on the Muppets. I'm just trying to go through some of the comments. But hey, if you want to jump in, give us a the link is, let me post the link one more time and then we'll get Fulton in here real quick. Hang on one second. He's sitting in the waiting room. Copy this and I'll post this because we'll get the phone lines working for next week. I don't know why that was only working one way.
Making a new Club 33. There we go.
That'd be a very sweet Club 33. All right. And William says that's why they charge for it, because people are willing to pay for it, like Genie Plus and all these experiences. That's right. I mean, if
we've learned that. I mean, it sells out like during heavy times. So obviously, there's a huge population willing to pay for it.
Yep. And Chris says, isn't it built right next to the cast member parking lot? Not a great location. Is this mostly backstage? It is backstage. It is right next to the cast member parking lot. But I mean, that's why if you've seen how it logistically works, the guest park, you go to basically to a valet when you get to the Galactic Star Cruiser. You do a check-in and then you get into basically like a box truck. It's a modified box truck. It's a Imperial Transport or something. It's a big box truck. It's like a big U-Haul truck. And then they take you over to the hotel. So it's pretty wild. It's a pretty wild idea. All right, let's get Fulton in here. We haven't talked to Fulton out in Indianapolis for a little bit, so let's jump him in here. Fulton,
hey, what's up, Mike?
How's Indianapolis? Good talk, man. You got a wild background there. You're like
good.
a pro.
Yeah,
Look at
I
you.
actually do.
That's
and
awesome.
speaking of that, I actually got gold first place for the relay, and then the second place for 100-meter dash.
Wow. So now what was that? Those you had your events. Now where were they held?
They were held at Ben Davis High School.
In Indianapolis?
Yes. Yep.
Very, well, congratulations on that. That's a job well done.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yep.
So what we got coming up
So
this
we're heading
summer?
down to. I got to go to the state game in Terre Haute.
Oh, nice.
And then I'll probably be busy with work and stuff. I'm working at Texas Roadhouse now.
Oh man, I love Texas Roadhouse. You can sneak me some of those rolls.
Yeah, I'll sneak you some rolls. For
Okay.
you too, Scotty G.
Yeah, get
I'll
Scotty
probably
G
get you
roll.
some too.
Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
But this
And
is my own
a nice
radio
stiff
station.
cocktail too.
Yeah. But this is my own radio station. Maybe you guys could check it out and
what is it?
put some songs on there. Oh, hang on.
Well, no, don't
It's
play
Radio
any music. Don't play any music. It'll get us taken down.
No, I'm not. It's Fulton. It's Fulton Radio 108.3, and it's on Zeno Radio if you go on the mobile app, and it's an internet radio station.
I know about those. Okay, I'll check it out after the show tonight. When I'm done with my work, I'll check it out. Fulton Radio 108.3.
Yeah.
Playing the
You're
smooth
tuned
jazz
into
and
Fulton Radio 108.3.
smooth jazz in Southern Indiana. Fulton's radio station.
and he's like another like tagline, like the edge or something, you know, like something at the end.
I'll do a stinger.
108.3.
You're
The
listening
edge.
to Fulton Radio 108.3 on your FM dial.
It's the internet radio, not the FM dial.
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm old. Everything.
That's the
I'm
internet
old.
dial. Come on,
know.
Mike.
You're lucky. I
Says the
didn't
guy that
say
used
it.
to run a radio station
I
online
know.
for
I
10
did.
years.
Magical Mouse Radio, right there, the old sticker on the old fridge. All right, well, Fulton, we're gonna run, but congratulations, brother, and good luck in Terre Haute.
What do you guys think about the Disney Plus taking out of the old Disney movies and TV shows?
The
I've heard
Purge.
about that.
Getting rid of everything. I don't know what they're doing there. Scott, you're more of a video guy. What are they doing with that? Like,
I don't know,
understand how
man.
that saves them any money if they own that stuff.
It should just all the catalog should just be out there, right? Like there's so many great, like the catalog is huge, and especially like with all the acquisitions they've had too, like acquisitions. Well, they've had some of those too. But oh, what a show it's been tonight.
Yeah, it has been a show.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't understand. Like, so I love, it was even from day one, Mike. So I love like that old, like Kurt Russell, like Dexter Riley, like Medfield College movies, you know, and they only have like 2 or 3 out there. Like, why wouldn't you have like all of them out there? Like, there's so many like things that makes me scratch my head about the content they have. And then they just pull it when they own it. Just makes me frustrated as a Disney Plus owner. Like I mean, it's a small amount. It's a very fractional amount, right? It's like $7 a month or something. But like sometimes, like I'm gonna pull my $7 because I'm not getting what I want. But I'm like, it's $7, Scott. Come on. But it's pretty frustrating to me.
Yeah, I don't get it. I keep it just so I get Star Wars, so I can stream my Star Wars movies when I watch them. Because I don't have a DVD player anymore. Because I have them all on DVD, or I have them on Blu-ray. But
my biggest thing that's making me upset is they're taking the Harmonious Live special away.
I know
that was like the coolest thing.
They are taking that.
Yeah, I know, and like I don't. No one. I mean, I know people do, but like I'm 100% digital now. Like I don't go out and buy like a Blu-ray or anything anymore.
Mhm.
So like my dad. So for instance, like Disney Plus like released a couple Thanksgivings ago called a documentary on the Beatles called Get Back, which was awesome. It was like the 6 to 7 hour like great thing about the making of the album Let It Be, and we loved it. And then they pulled it, so my dad bought the DVD. Like it was released on DVD. Like I don't want to do that. Like I just want to watch my show streaming. You know, like why would you take it down? And same with Harmonious. Like they're not going to sell that like for DVD or Blu-ray, so I'll never see it again. Like because I can't download it or anything. It's just that's a rant of mine, but like it just at least give me the option to buy it for like $2.99 or something, like some kind of price, so I could have it like downloaded and I can watch it again.
They should do that like on Apple, on the Apple Store. Or something. Yeah.
But now they're just taking it away, so like I will never be able to see it again. Just frustrates me. And that's losing money, right? Because I would pay for it. I would pay.
How many times do we say that over the course of like the years we do this show? Like we want to give you money. Our wallet is open right here. Take our money, please.
Because I worry they're going to do that with Apple Music too. The Harmonious soundtrack is out there. I'm worried that's going to get pulled from there. Then I won't have the songs at all. Like I'm going to have to watch someone's video of it if I ever want to like see it. And like that's not as good.
Hopefully, it doesn't get on to Spotify either.
Yeah, same. Good point. You're killing it, Fulton. Good stuff.
Thank
you. All right, we'll see you because I'm gonna try to get William in here somehow from Oregon. He's trying to get in, so we'll see if we can figure it out.
Say, Mike, maybe we can both do a interview together on my show. That's totally fine.
All right, we'll try to do it.
All right,
that'd be fun. All right, take care, brother. Good luck in Terre Haute. We'll see you.
I will.
All right, take care. Bye. All right. Hey, how about that, man? He's got the medals and he's going for state.
And Andrea's right. I mean, yeah, so there are residuals too, right? Like, I mean, you got to pay for certain things, but like, give me the option to pay for it and buy it. That's what I kind of want.
Because, it seems like we've moved past the physical media time, but I mean, like,
it's funny.
The last couple of weeks, though, we're not.
It's funny. Wade and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago on the phone about like, how Tuesdays used to always be like new like movie release day and like CDs. Like I would always be in line at Best Buy or whatever. I'd buy every brand new CD at my old house because we haven't like I still have stuff in my old basement. I just kind of rent it out to my cousin. I have like hundreds of unopened CDs over there. And it's just funny because I haven't bought a CD in like, I don't know, like 8, 9, 10 years. It's just kind of crazy, like how we're past that. But I don't know. There should be the option to buy those or download them, I would think, because it's all streaming and digital. Like there should be like a buy here, download. That's what Amazon does. Why can't I do it with Disney?
I know the whole thing is too, that again, it's like the number crunchers get the regular person, right? Because they're looking at the numbers, and like Andrew said, it's about residuals. So having it sit there, they're paying residuals. So they're saying, okay, they're running a formula, right? They're saying, is it worth more to keep it sit here, or could we sell it? Okay, the audience isn't big enough for that. But it just seems like in a time where you want to, like, they're losing subscribers, you want your catalog to be bigger rather than the negative press they're getting, because they are. You're right, your $7 isn't going to mean much, but $7 times 20,000 people that get ticked off is a little bit. It's not a ton, but it doesn't look good.
Mike, should we end the show with what we're kind of talking about earlier? Because I know there's some podcast cruisers on here.
We should.
Actually,
we have one more person jumping in, so let's get him in here. Derek, what's going on? Thanks for jumping in on the show right at the last minute. You got in.
I'm sorry. I hope I'm not jumping in too late.
We're waiting. We're just waiting for you to come in.
Yeah, I've been waiting for like the last 55 minutes for you to show up.
We just stayed on until it was dark where you were, till we were waiting. So you're here, so we can go on.
Well, don't hold it against me that I'm an Ohio State fan, guys.
We're hanging up. We're hanging up. No.
Why did we wait for this?
No, actually, the reason I called in is earlier today, we're really looking forward to the podcast cruise. And we were just sitting out on the deck, and we were talking about our favorite memories. And my whole family was going around just talking about favorite memories from Walt Disney World and just how excited and everything about the trip coming up. And we've been listening now for about 2 years, and we're just so excited to be, joining the cruise with you guys. So,
Derek, you should have recorded that conversation and sent to Mike. That could have been the next Trip Report episode or something. That sounds awesome. I love that.
This is great. I like this because we get to see face to face before we get to the port. This is like a blessing that the phones didn't work tonight. I like this.
Yeah, no, this was cool. I was like, what is this? Click a link and get in and, hop on. This is kind of cool stuff for sure.
We might have to use this too. Yeah, we'll use this too now. So let me real quick, hang with us, because Scott was getting ready to do something, and you're going with us on the cruise.
Yes.
So check this out. Now, Brooke is in the live chat with us, and I didn't know this. Scott maybe knew this. Brooke is an amazing, talented artist. I mean, an amazing, talented artist. I didn't know this. And we threw out some ideas for the podcast logo, and we picked hers because she kind of she gave us a couple of renditions. Scott, can you throw it up on the screen?
Yeah, so I haven't tried to present anything on here before, so I'm going to try.
Again, the phones didn't work.
It's a share screen mode.
So let's see. Now, the theme of the cruise is it's a salute to all podcasts, but mostly the BOGP, just so everybody knows, because we're sailing over the 4th of July. So that's what we came up with for our kind of theme.
So, Mike, if I share my screen, I don't
careful
know how this is going to work. I don't know how this is going to work.
It's going to be poker.
Like,
hey,
can
it's
you
technology,
see this?
guys. It's sometimes you just don't know.
I can't see it.
Hold on. It says,
I see stuff changing on your screen because I can see your face like shadow changing. I can see like the reflection.
no, that's not what I want. Dang it. I don't know if it's going to work. Hold on. But this has been an awesome live show.
Hey, I mean, we're not, professional, and that's what makes us adorable, I guess. I don't know. We're not adorable.
So, you know what? I'm going to post it in the Facebook group later.
You know what? I can hang on. Let me just do this. I bet you I can get it on. Let me
if
see.
I do entire screen, hold on. If I do this, could you kind of see it?
Oh, yes. Something's happening. There it is.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is it. Here it comes.
Talking about a Muppet theme, guys.
Look at that. How about that?
That is
cool. Okay. Now I got to close that out. Now I got to see.
I don't know what you're seeing, if it's looking right or not, but
no, it does look right. Yeah, it looks good.
So yeah, mad props to Brooke. Like, she went through so many drafts. I felt so bad. Like, I know she put a tremendous amount of effort, and it shows. Like, the detail. I never thought of like using Sam Eagle's like beak as like the back of the ship. Like, and then just all these little details, the way she did like the squiggly lines of like the ship, and then through like July 3rd to 7th on there, like every small detail of this, I was incredibly impressed by, and I'm so excited that this is the logo. It's
Dude,
amazing.
I've been showing it to every person. I mean, I don't think the mailman's seen it, but because the mailman hasn't come by since we've gotten the final copy,
Yeah.
but tomorrow.
I feel like my entire office at work has seen it. Like they want to like get something with this logo on it, and they're not even going on the cruise. They don't even know what the podcast is.
Yeah,
And they want it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that is awesome. So there it is. Yeah, we are.
So we're gonna figure out. So Liz and I were talking about maybe trying to find like an online like shirt company or something that maybe we can like upload the logo there. So if people want to get, you know, a shirt made of it like in time for the cruise, like I feel like now would be a good time to make sure there's enough time to like get it ordered, to get it shipped, and all that. So we're gonna work on getting that posted and shared. And Mike, Pam, and I also met to talk about a little bit of some itinerary items. So we're hoping to get that shared here soon too, because we're gonna have some fun activities to do on the ship. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes, we are ready. Who's that?
This is Annabelle, our daughter, Annabelle.
So is she excited about the cruise?
You excited, Annabelle?
Yeah.
All right. What's she looking forward to the most?
What are you looking forward to doing the most on the cruise ship?
Having fun.
Having fun?
Oh, well, that'll happen. That's going to be fun. Well, that's cool. My daughter's looking forward to beignets. That's what she keeps saying. Mallory is looking forward to beignets at Tiana's place. And so
Yes.
You love beignets, don't you? Ice cream, beignets, everything.
yeah, we're having a meetup the first night. We're going to meet over ice cream and late night snacks. That's our first meet the first night.
Outside of meeting all these amazing listeners of the show, meeting new people, learning their story, hearing what they do, outside of all that stuff, I'm just looking forward to not working for a few days.
Same.
Absolutely. Annabelle's thinking about doing the 5K Castaway Key race. So
Sweet.
she's a runner and not trying to brag, but she actually qualified as a 9-year-old for nationals.
Wow, amazing. So I will not be running with her because I will be
so
way behind.
yeah, exactly. So she will we'll see her at the finish line. She can get us all
by the
water
time
and
she finishes the 10K, I might be done with the 5K. She might pass me.
She can have all of us a nice ice water ready to go when we get there eventually. That'd be cool.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. No, yeah, we're gonna have a big contingent of us out there having a good time and then jumping into the nice waters of Castaway Key to cool off. Oh my gosh, that's the best. Woo.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Well,
Oh.
thank you guys so much for taking my call tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We'll see you in less than, man, what is it, like 40
6
some
weeks, like 6 weeks
42
from
days
tomorrow.
this morning, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Derek, we'll say hey to the family and we'll see you shortly.
Yeah.
All right,
Nice
have a good
nice
night,
to talk
guys.
with you.
All right, talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
I just got to say, I'm loving all the love that Brooke is getting in the chat because that is, she put so much great effort into it. And I'm like, I don't know why I feel like so I'm proud of her. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's a weird thing to say, but like,
I'm glad you brought that up. But we did.
I think it was a tremendous job. And like, I'm going to, Mike, you don't watch movies, so you probably don't know Spaceballs, but like there's this scene where it's like they're advertising Spaceballs, the toilet paper, Spaceballs of this, Spaceballs of that. That's why I feel like with that logo, like I'm gonna put it like everywhere. Like I just love that logo. It's so good.
It is. I mean, and again, it's cool because everybody sailing and get to see it, get to tell her thanks in person. So it's cool too. That'll be cool to see it on a shirt. That's going to be awesome. And I'll be wearing that shirt for like ever because I just love it. Like I can't wait to get like a couple shirts and just wear all the time.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? The show's had all kinds of dog barking and like phones not working. But we discovered something. I like these video calls. I think this kind of works a little bit. It's kind of fun to see people in their element, but it looks like everybody's having more fun than we are. They're out doing stuff.
Wade's driving to dinner. Derek's like outside on the patio. Alexis is going for a walk. Fulton's got the shades on. And then, oh my gosh, it was the guy from Kentucky. Why can I think of his name? I feel bad, but like he had us all dizzy, like with the teacups with what he had going on. It was all good.
He was like, I was like, is he on a helicopter? I don't know if I can bring him in because it'll make everybody instantly sick. But
seems like everyone's on the same page though about the Star Cruiser. Like it was kind of expensive. It's a bummer that it ended early. I wish they could be more affordable for everyone because it was a cool concept. And we think about all the Imagineers that worked hard on that, and now it's just gone. Like they did a tremendous job with it. And it just kind of stinks, but we'll see what comes of it.
Let's look at it this way. Maybe it's version 1 of the Galactic Star Cruiser. It's chapter 1. Chapter 1 has ended. But I mean, you never know. Chapter 2 could be, this could just be a little pause, a little break. and better things are to come.
Yep.
Who knows? I mean, Epcot for Happily Ever After came back.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
What can you do? Anyway,
Happily Ever After was included with your theme park admission.
That's true. That didn't cost $5,000-$6,000.
But you and I always talk about, or me and Elizabeth at least, like how much a night does it cost for Disney to do fireworks? Like it blows me away. Like I don't even want to know what that number is because it's got to be a crazy amount.
It does, but that doesn't.
I know it's a small fraction of like the parking probably covers for the fireworks.
Exactly. It's probably like 10 families parking at parking lot spaces that they paid for back in 1972.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. William says we need to get some video calls from in the parks. That's what we need to do next week.
Yeah. There we go.
So now next week, are you going to be out or in or what?
I'll probably be just getting home, so it might not be the best because we're still gonna have a guest here, but maybe that guest does listen to the show and call into the show often, so maybe they might want to call in as well. So we'll see. I'll let you know. It might be a game time decision.
Well, if you're a guest, the guest could co-host with you up there.
That's why, yeah, the guest might want to do that. So we'll see.
All right, that'd be good. Either way, we'll do a show because I'll be here and we'll figure.
You're not going anywhere for the holiday?
I doubt it.
Last year on Memorial Weekend, I was on the Dream. Remember, I booked like a last minute cruise like 2 days before I sailed.
You're like, yeah, I want to go like in 3 days.
It's just I've always done some Memorial Weekend. I visited you twice in St. Louis.
Yep.
I visited the Foresters twice in St. Louis. I've been to Walt Disney World once and the Dream. That's been my last 7 Memorial Day weekends. So I guess I like to live it up.
It's super busy because like Pam doesn't get out of school till June 2nd this year, so like she's really wrapping things up, and Mallory gets out though Friday, so she's done. So
June 2nd, we're like Emily's like June 9th.
Dude, this Friday's Mallory's last day of school. She's got
crazy,
and it's half days Thursday and Friday. So she's only got 4 days of school left. Oh, lucky dog. Anyway. We're out of here. Don't forget, show's always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We're ready to help you book your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney trip. You know the deal, themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And a sincere thank you to the patrons of the show. You guys keep everything rolling. You guys made all this possible where we can do a lot of new stuff here, including using video calls like this, sharing the podcast logo here. We're able to do even much more. We're on Twitch. We're on Twitter now. And it's because of this is all the Patreon support. This makes this stuff happen. So if you'd like to support the show and you get a bonus show, that's kind of how I try to give you a little bit extra. It's called Mike in the Midwest, comes out on Tuesdays. Just come over to patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Give Scott a follow on the social media at @EpScott. He's a fun follow. Sometimes you get old fashions. Sometimes you get golf. Sometimes
this weekend you're going to get lots of Mackinac Island and Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
Yeah, and you're going to get like him dressed up because you guys dress up when you go up to the
definitely will, because we're going to have a really nice dinner at the Carriage House. So yes,
so fancy when you go up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fun. I like to dress up when we go there.
It's cool. It's you guys. You look dapper when you.
Dude, we got to get you there. We'll figure it out. But
seriously, I know you'd see the big old bridge. What's that bridge called?
The Mackinac Island.
Mackinac
Bridge. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Not hard to
remember. You know that they do a race on that on Labor Day weekend. So the bridge is 5 miles long. So it's more like a walk because like hundreds of people. So they close off the bridge, obviously, like till one way. So. Yeah, you just walk the bridge 5 miles. You take a bus back. It's super cool.
And by the way, William says Scotty G is the guy I want to be when I grow up. Oh, yeah. and William's a pretty good guy. I mean,
I'm about to say that guy's awesome.
When I grow up, either.
Like,
so
I think I want to be him actually when I grow up.
I think I want to be William trying to be Scotty G when I grow up. I'm just saying, that's kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. Anyway. So I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. Would love to talk to you there. Don't forget shows coming out this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll have all those podcasts for you. Love you guys. Thanks so much for your support. We'll do it again next Sunday night for the live call-in show and have a lot of fun. We'll do the video calls and we'll try to get the phones working. So we have 2 ways to get a hold of you. All right. So for Scott, I'm Mike wishing you a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All righty.
Boom.
The audio. Well, thanks. I mean, we hung in there.
We hung in there. We survived. We survived.
We made a little something out of a bunch of poop.
It was just so many things. Like audio got like really loud at one point, and it was crazy.
But. Yeah, I gotta go back in and cut that workout real loud, or just because I can dive that down. I don't know what happened there, but
it was good though. It was different.
It was good talking to you.
Yeah, I'm all alone. My girls are at they're at Wicked tonight, so it's just me and Oliver.
Now my dad's calling, trying to give me
Oh.
advice. I'll call him back in a minute.
Trying to give you advice? Is that what you said? My dad's calling to give me advice.
Yep. Because he's probably watching on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I'll have him in a second.
What up?
So let me. So not this Tuesday, but that next Tuesday. If we could do that, like just show for that following Monday.
I thought it was this Tuesday you wanted.
No, it's the next one.
Oh,
Because
okay.
It's the 30th because those packages come out on the 31st.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking it was this Tuesday.
Maybe I told you it was, but it's not this week.
It should be fine. That's like the day after Memorial Day. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, it would be the day after Memorial Day.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, so then I can finally like book some rooms for marathon weekend. Hopefully.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet, because I'm out of DVC points. So
yep, we'll get them booked.
All right.
I need to book mine too. All right, I will see you.
I got my Disneyland airfare now though. So
dude, those airfares are awesome.
What about I found it good though, so I had jumped on it because it was good. So I wasn't ready to buy it yet, but I had to.
Disneyland doesn't open the same day, just so you know. That was gonna be
yeah, that's what I was asking. But I'm probably not staying on the Disneyland hotel. I'm probably gonna do a good neighbor. Gotta save some money somewhere.
I gotta think about that too.
I know you've never lived the good neighbor life. They're not bad though. They're not.
I know. And if I'm going by myself, I probably will stay offsite.
I found like a new place I wanted to try because it's close to like where the race starts. Like I pulled up all those old historical maps of like the race course. I'm like, oh sweet, this is where I want to be. But then it takes forever to get to like the Esplanade. I'm like, well, I don't want that either. So I'm gonna play around with some rooms. I'll send you some suggestions.
I'll trust you because I'll stay at the same place you stay. I mean, because we'll be going at the same time.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to stay on site though, as much as I would love to. But like, if we're doing Walt Disney World the weekend before, it's just got to save a few dollars where you can.
William says Stovall's Best Western.
Okay, it just sounds weird. Like I went to Disneyland, I stayed at a Best Western. Like,
no, but I booked that one for guests twice in the last couple of.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an easy walk.
Yeah, the Fairfield on Harbor is like my favorite.
Yeah, I know. I booked that one a lot for guests.
But it's a hike to get to the start of the races. That's the problem. You got to go all the way through like downtown Disney, like on the other side, like because the races kind of start by Paradise Pier a little bit, which actually I like to stay there, but I don't know. I don't even know if the hotel's gonna be ready by then.
It's messed up right now. Like it's pretty
for sure.
Pretty much tore up right now.
Yeah. Okay. I know you got to go and call your dad and all that. I'm just rambling because I got no one here. So
we'll figure it out. All right. I'll talk to you.
All right. See you.
All right. See you. Bye.